המלחמות של המדינה שלו.
אתה יודע מאיפה זה התחיל? מאיפה נוצרה האובססיה הזאת לדעתי? מזה שבאיזשהו שלב גיליתי שתכלס יש עוד פחות ופחות צרכנים לחומרים שנמצא להם. ברוב המקרים אנשים לא באמת רוצים לדעת. Killing 24 innocent civilians. I mean, there are different units, of course, and some are combat soldiers and some do office jobs and different things. But definitely every 18-year-old boy and girl in Israel have to do their military service.
So, 私たちもさまざまなパレスチナあるいはイスラエルの写真を見ることありますけども、やはりその海外から来るジャーナリストと違ってやはり日常とつながっている問題を撮影しているということで大きな違いと、それが持っている意味っていうのをすごく写真から感じるんですけれども。
I think my work is important and I see it as a mission and a responsibility. And of course the fact that I'm an Israeli in some cases is a disadvantage and not an advantage. I find it extremely important to shoot on both sides because otherwise my work will turn from photojournalism to propaganda if I only shoot on the Israeli side. But shooting for me as an Israeli on the Palestinian side, of course, puts me in great personal danger. And on the Israeli side, when you have to understand that I had 8 or 9 major terror attacks in a radius of 1 kilometer from my house. And when I go out to shoot, instead of being 100% totally focused on the mission of documenting this kind of event, as I take my cameras and run to the motorcycle, I call my wife to see if she's okay, where are the kids, you know, all this process of, you know, and knowing, you know, that my family is fine before I go out. And on the Israeli side, there's been about 8 or 9 major terror attacks in a radius of 1 kilometer from my house, from where I live in Tel Aviv. I think that what makes a professional to make these very fast decisions of what will be the best way to document, because you don't have much time in these kind of events. And of course, there's so much tension and noise and people screaming, and you know, it's not like laboratory kind of photography. You know, you really have to think fast, act fast, and get the best out of the 2-3 minutes you're able to shoot.
でも逆にそのガザの入植者が退去を求められていくところでは涙が出たというふうにおっしゃっていて、自分のその心との葛藤みたいなものがあったら教えていただきたいんですが。
I usually prefer talking about my pictures than about my emotions, but it's definitely, you know, it has to be emotional. I'm emotionally attached, even though I can be totally objective and totally professional about my approach to my work. Obviously, in some occasions, it can definitely become very touching. And it's definitely not because of the disengagement. I was supporting it, and I thought it was the best and the right thing to do. And I wish Israel pulled out of Gaza 20 years before. It was because of the personal struggle of what these people had to go through. My heart went out for the people that were, you know, taken out of their homes, as well as the 18-year-old soldiers who had to pull them out the exact same way.
どういうきっかけでこういう報道写真家を目指そうというふうに思われたのか、そのきっかけを教えていただきたいと思ってるんですけれど。
I studied art in high school and picked up photography as a hobby. Later to join the army in Israel, you know, you don't choose to be a soldier. You have to. You know, everybody in Israel have to do a service of boys have to do 3 years. And I was lucky enough to become a military photographer during my service. And while I was in the shooting for the military, it was the first Gulf War when Iraqi Scud missiles were falling all over Tel Aviv. And I think at this point I decided that I want to become a professional photojournalist.
紛争の現場そのものを撮るということはよく見聞きもするんですけど、私は今回初めてですねこのルアイプロジェクトとかあるいはその近所のカフェがテロにあった時にその後のそこに居合わせた女性をその後に撮り続けるというような行為を知りまして、そのテロのその後ということも撮り続けているということに非常に意味のある仕事だなというふうに感じています。
The idea of starting working on a project like Luai or Kinneret came from I felt that it needed some more attention to the fact that there are over 7,000 Israelis that were wounded throughout the Second Intifada. And when I heard on the radio Luai's uncle talk about him, and it was very emotional, and I thought I should find him and maybe try and ask him if I can document his rehabilitation that obviously took over a year, or about a year, from the day he was wounded until he left the hospital. And by showing his document and his rehabilitation, I think I was able to show what people have to go through and what high price they have to pay for this unnecessary conflict.
日本でも映画の中にあります通りに雑誌の売り上げなんかがとても落ちていて、ファッションとかあるいはその経済のトピックスの方がどんどん増えているという状況にあるんですが。
It's true that news magazines are not selling as much as they used to, and it's a global problem. I think it's all over the world, and I think it's due to the fact that society is changing. Over the course of the last 50 years, we moved from more a tribal society, and we moved to a society which is a capitalistic society. And that change proves that more and more fashion magazine, lifestyle magazine, economy magazines are going higher in sales, and the news magazines are lower. And I think that probably proves why we're more concentrated in ourselves and our well-being, and find it less important, how many people are starving in Africa, for example. I think that the movie has the ability, in a way, to raise public awareness of what is happening in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, because I fear that people don't have enough knowledge of what is really happening there. I've been working on many different subjects besides war and conflict. I've been doing documentaries on prostitution and HIV and politics and religion and immigration. So I've been dealing with a variety of subjects that I find interesting, and I want to tell their story. That go along with assignments I do for different magazines around the world. Put that together with a traveling exhibition, the book that just came out, and the film that is distributed worldwide. I'm extremely busy, and I just hope I'll find more time to work on different projects. I don't have anything planned at the moment, but I'm constantly working on different subjects and different projects.
これからも精力的に活動していただけたらと思っています。ありがとうございました。
どうもありがとう。
どうもありがとうございました。